Hi, my name is Hannah. I've said many times on this channel that you don't necessarily have to go to university to become a software developer. In today's video, I'm going to be highlighting one bootcamp in Ghana that is training people online and equipping them with the skills to become software developers from the comfort of their homes. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be highlighting Chrissy Dadson, who is the CEO of Slightly Techie, a bootcamp that is running in Ghana and is going to be training you to become a software developer, even here in Accra, Ghana. I'm going to be speaking with Chrissy to tell us more about Slightly Techie, what they offer, and how you can be a part of it. The fun part of today's video is that you get to stand a chance to win a month's training with Slightly Techie if you are able to watch to the end to know what the rules for this package is. So stay tuned and let's speak to Kwesi. So this is Kwesi, and then we're going to be asking Kwesi like a number of questions about Slightly Techie and then what he does there and then the opportunities he can give to upcoming software developers. So Kwesi, do you mind introducing yourself?
Okay, Chrissy Dadson, backend engineer. That's how I usually introduce myself. And so I run Slightly Techie, both the community. We have a community and a school. And so I'm the founder of both. Full-time job is backend engineer.
I think one of my curious questions about Slightly Techie is how you run should I don't know if I should call it a boot camp because you are definitely teaching like people how to code and all that, and I think primarily that's what boot camps are for. The main ideas, so for the traditional boot camps that we know, I mean for those that we know them to be online, like it's either like a pre-record or something that you can choose to buy and then you watch it at your own pace. So how is Likely Technically like? Is it like a dedicated time where it's like you're running a school, like a literal school online, or it's something that they can buy online and then watch it later? How is it run?
So before I answer that, I just want to do a quick correction. So Slightly Techie School is born out of Slightly Techie Network, which is a network of developers that are trying to grow, right? So you need
Okay.
experience and all that. Slightly Techie Network is a place for you to work on real life projects that simulate working environment to give you that experience, right?
Yeah.
Now the school is to put you on track so that you can easily grow to become a software engineer. So it moves you from zero to, let's say, intern level software engineer. Now, to
Okay.
answer your question, you cannot do it at your own pace. Yeah, the reason for that is there's so much that you can learn online on your own,
Yeah.
right? And we are not trying to just be another online, you know, tutorial or boot camp or something.
Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is to tackle a specific issue about trying to break into tech, which is when you start learning software engineering, you it's like there's so much to learn. There's too much information online. You don't know what to do, where to start from. And even for those that actually get started, they learn to a point and they still feel like, okay, I don't know where to go from here, right? So the idea is to have an online school. So we have specific times that we meet in the evenings, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, right? So once you sign up, you have to be present online in the class and then you get taught. So you can ask questions and all that. And then once you are through with the 3 months, you should be able to build basic, maybe backend APIs, front end applications, and you will also be part of a community for actively improving, right? So that's the
Okay.
idea, so that we can feed you into the Slightly Techie network.
This actually sounds great. Are there any prerequisites to like someone who is let's say just coming out of SHS? Do you expect any prerequisites before they join the school?
I think the only prerequisite is to be able to like just know your way around a computer and then have internet access, right?
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't have a laptop or if your laptop is extremely slow, it'll be hard for you to move along with us. If you have very bad internet access, that one too. But aside that, if you know your way around the computer, you can install software, you can, you know, type some basic things. That's fine because we work with total beginners when it comes to software engineering.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
A little humor here is that sometimes it's not your fault that you don't have like good internet. MTN can just
right.
mess up your day at some point. But anyway, that was just
Yeah,
anyway.
yes,
Now
that's
moving
one of
on.
our challenges.
Yes. What you said is true. Like I feel like the internet is more like an information overload. So it's like even though like when you
Yeah,
ask someone that "Look, how can I do this, they will tell you go to the internet, like you find it on the internet. But sometimes like there's too much over there.
yeah,
Like you just need someone to like
you know
narrow
what to
you
start.
down. I mean, yeah, exactly. So I mean, with how you are running this, it's completely online. Sometimes I feel like even though it's a little guided than the traditional way that boot camps are run, I just keep relating slightly related to a boot camp, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. So with how traditional boot camps are run, how are you making sure that people who are joining are actually taking it seriously? So it's like you are taking the. I mean, you just mentioned 3 days out of a week where you get to like have a session. Is it that you just
Mhm.
run them through, or like you actually do like practical stuff? I mean, yeah, because we at the end of the day we are trying to pull people out of like the normal theory of going through a 1 hour
Yes,
tutorial and then like getting them to actually build something. So how are you like making sure that people are making
actually do.
use of the yeah, so like actually
Okay.
doing it?
What we do is throughout the let's use boot camp like you say.
Yeah,
Throughout the boot camp, there's hands-on exercises, right? So
yeah,
for every class, tutors will take you through maybe, for instance, if you are learning for loops today, you are going to do examples for us to see. You are going to take assignments and then come back with answers to that. And then
yeah.
every month you do a mini project, and then after the entire 3 months, you do a capstone project before you get your certificate. Right. So
Oh, you
throughout the
issue
course,
certificates. Wow.
yes, yeah, we do that. So throughout the boot camp, you you have to code. You sometimes
Okay.
you'll be asked to do some exercise online for the rest of the class to see. We try as much as possible to make sure people are practicing. So if you come and you're like, oh, I don't have a laptop, I'm going to get it next week, this and that, eventually you won't be able to move along because you might think you know, but the thing about programming is you don't
You
know
have to
until you've
do it.
actually done it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it will look so easy. Oh, okay, so this is once you start typing it, I realize, how is this not working? How is okay? So we try as much as possible to make sure every step of the way you are practicing, right?
Okay.
So that's how we do.
Before we even started this video, I in my intro I mentioned that I'm going to be giving out a free month training to any lucky subscriber on the channel. So
Oh
we
wow,
look for yes. So I mean
that
for
would be
anyone
great.
who is really interested in getting to know how to code or learning anything about programming, I mean the easiest way to get that is to subscribe and then get to Slightly Techie and then follow their page on Twitter as well. And I'm going to be choosing a lucky winner at the end of the week or something. Yeah. So
Nice.
that's like my contribution to the community about the post training. So after the period of 3 months, I mean, you mentioned that you introduced them to the Slightly Techie community, not just the school. So
Yeah.
they get to join the community. What does the community offer to its members? Because these people are fresh, and then if we are being real with ourselves, getting even internship opportunities in this country is like a big headache. So how do you move past that and get people like real life internships or opportunities?
Okay. So first question: how does the community help? I'll start by saying the community came about as a response to certain events. For instance, people were constantly reaching out to me with questions around how to grow their career. Okay, so people will be like, okay, I want a roadmap to do this. I want to, how do I improve as a backend engineer? How do I get opportunities? And then on the other hand, too, I would sometimes get requests from employers asking, do you know a React dev? Do you know someone that does Python and maybe Angular JS, something? So I
Yeah.
decided to put together people that I can work with. And then once I work with you, I know this is how you work. You are serious, you are good, this and that. Then I can easily recommend you whenever
Okay.
there's an
Okay.
opportunity. Okay. So now moving on, we've had a couple of opportunities. I went for Dev Congress, I think last year or last 2 years. I don't quite sure. I think last year.
I
And
think
then I
last
met,
year's was in December. Yeah, I
not
missed
the
it.
December one, so now last 2 years, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I was in Kumasi and then I met someone that was looking for a PHP developer for their company. And then at that same time, someone signed up, someone joined our community, and then I just linked him up and he got a job, right? So there's been instances like that where people just get linked to jobs. Sometimes I get projects and then I give to someone. Sometimes I get projects, I put a team together and then they work on it and take the money. So there are those things, and then there's also free projects, right? So for instance, when you look at if you've been on the Slightly Techie itself, the Twitter account, right now it's closed, right? But when it's open, you can sign up to become a member. When you go there, the whole system itself was built by the members of the community, right?
Oh,
And yes, and that gives you experience that you can put on your CV, actual scale experience, not one that you're just, trying to fake, right? So there's that
yeah.
too. And there's that motivation. The guys are really good. So once you join them, you're working together with them, you get to learn from them. So
Yeah.
when you move out of the school and you join the community, you get lots of people helping you. I also forgot to mention that we have this channel that one of our senior engineers created. When you have any issue at all, it shouldn't even be related to the community. As long as it's tech issue, if you put it there, someone helps you out, right? And it's a very active community. So once you move out of the school and then you join and you're serious, because at this point you're not paying for it, it's free. So if you're
Yeah.
not serious, you won't see anything. Yeah, like no one is
Sure.
going to force you to come and work or anything. But if you're serious, you're going to build experience very fast. And once opportunities come along, you definitely get. So that's what the
That's
community
good.
really offers.
Now, in the course of the training, does like a student have to choose whether they are doing only front end or only back end, or you try to like merge both of them, and like you just train people to be full stack developers, or like you just want them to choose one and build from there?
So because 3 months is very short, we
Yeah,
currently do not
exactly,
offer. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
we currently do not offer full stack, right? Maybe in future when we get more students and we get more demand, we can handle that. We'll probably have to extend the time for full stack. But at the moment, you need to choose between front end and back end. And the interesting thing is, once you've done one of them and you are introduced to the field, you know your way around certain things, you'll be able to learn the other on your
the
own
other one,
with
yeah,
some guidance because you are part of a community now. So, oh, maybe how do I learn backend? Do this and that and that. Okay, I'm doing this. I have an issue. There's someone there to help you. So I feel like if you choose one and you start from there, it will be easy for you to build on top of that and be a full stack. So
can we know the stack that you teach? So for front end, what are you teaching?
okay.
And aside the basic HTML, CSS, what libraries or frameworks are they having? And then
So
also for the
for
backend
front
as well.
end, currently the only stack we do, I mean, they're going to teach you the basics, but at the end of that, you learn React in addition to it, and then you build a project with it. For
Okay.
backend, we currently run Python and JavaScript. So for Python, we use Flask. because it's very bare bone in the sense that it doesn't have a lot of things inbuilt. You have to learn them on your own, right?
Oh,
And that also gives you the chance to, really know what's in it before you start using tools that make your life easy. And then for JavaScript, you do Node and Express. So that's the stack that we can run on.
well, this is great, and I think we can wrap up here. So, Chrissy, thanks for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. So, if you've been able to watch up to this point, I want to say a big thank you for joining me with Kwesi today. And also a big shout out to Kwesi for having this session with me. If you're interested in joining Slightly Techie's next cohort of training, it's starting in February, and this is a good opportunity for you to sign up. And you also stand a chance to win a free month's training if you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram and just send me a message on Instagram that you want to join the next cohort. And also follow Slightly Taking on Twitter. And until then, thanks, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.